Hello and welcome. Okay, let's just jump right in. We are on the verge of a huge shift in how we work, and it's all being powered by a new kind of AI. This isn't the AI that just writes an email for you. No, this one acts for you. We're talking about agentic AI, and trust me, it's about to change, well, pretty much everything. And look, this isn't just another buzzword or some passing tech trend. The Financial Times absolutely nailed it. This is a new industrial revolution. The change we're talking about is that big, that fundamental. AI is shifting from being just a tool in our toolbox to becoming an actual teammate. So, what exactly is driving this revolution? It all boils down to one key idea: agentic AI. This is the term you're going to be hearing everywhere, so let's get into what it actually means. Let's forget all the complicated jargon for a second. The easiest way to get your head around agentic AI is to picture a wind-up toy. Seriously, you give it a goal, you give it the tools it needs, say access to your calendar or the company expense software, and then you just wind it up and let it go. It works on its own to get the job done. But you might be thinking, hold on, haven't we been using AI for a while now? The chatbots, the image generators we're all playing with. How is this new thing any different? Well, let's break it down. The biggest difference really comes down to one word: reactive versus proactive. Generative AI, like ChatGPT, is reactive. You give it a command, it spits out some content, and then it just waits for your next instruction. Its job is done. Agentic AI, though, is proactive. It takes your goal and then figures out a whole series of actions to get there, learning from what happens along the way. To put it super simply, one creates things, the other does things. And that proactive ability, it's all powered by this constant cycle. First, the agent perceives its environment. Then it decides what to do. Then it actually does it. And finally, this is the key part: it learns from the outcome to figure out its next move. It's this continuous loop of acting and adapting, all without you having to micromanage every single step. So how does it decide what to do? It uses something that sounds pretty futuristic: chain of thought reasoning. The agent literally talks itself through the problem. So if you tell it to organize a conference, it might think to itself, okay, first I need to get the budget approved. Next, I'll research some venues. After that, I'll check their availability. It breaks a huge, overwhelming task into small, logical steps, kind of like we do. So with this incredible power to think and act, what does Agent AI actually promise to do for us? Where is this stuff going to show up in our day-to-day work? Well, it's not some far-off future thing. It's already here. Agents are already being used to automatically approve expense reports, to handle all the tedious paperwork when you onboard a new employee, to manage customer service chats, and even to scan your calendar and proactively suggest a plan for your day. This is happening right now. And this leads to the big, optimistic vision. The CEO of Qualtrics, Zig Sarapan, puts it this way: by automating all of these boring, repetitive tasks, we free ourselves up to do what humans do best. Creative problem solving, deep strategic thinking, making those tough judgment calls. The goal isn't just about being more efficient. It's about making our work more human again. Okay, that's the exciting promise. It all sounds incredible. But we have to pull back for a second and look at the reality on the ground, because right now there is a massive gap between that vision and where we actually are today. So let's get real. Are these fully autonomous AI colleagues right around the corner? Well, the data suggests we should maybe temper our expectations just a bit. Here's your reality check. Despite all the hype, all the headlines you see every day, a recent study shows that only 1%, of companies have fully implemented their AI strategy. That number tells you everything. We are in the very, very early days of this whole thing. And because it's so early, we're seeing a lot of what's being called agentic washing. This is a term you really need to know. It's when companies sell their products as these fully autonomous super agents. But in reality, the tech just isn't there yet. It still needs a human in the loop, watching over it. It's the classic marketing hype getting way ahead of the engineering reality. This all brings us to the really crucial issue of trust. Trust expert Rachel Botsman makes such a powerful point here. She says the real danger isn't that we won't trust AI, it's that we might trust it too much, way too soon, without really understanding its limits or, the motives of the people who designed it. And all of this leads to a pretty unavoidable conclusion. Right now, we are all basically test subjects. Tech companies have poured billions into research and development, and they are still trying to figure out how to actually make money from this stuff. So by rolling out these early stage agents, they're essentially testing their products and their business models on us in real time. So here we are, caught in this weird place between an incredible, world-changing promise and a messy, experimental reality. What on earth does that mean for the future of our jobs? You can see this tension perfectly in the debate about jobs. On one side, you've got the ultimate hype, the dream of a single person starting a billion-dollar company, all powered by an army of AI agents. But the reality today is that these models are designed to give you the most statistically average answer. For true creativity, for that spark of genius that breaks the mold, you still need a human. And that leaves us with the ultimate question, doesn't it? As this technology gets better and better, are these agents going to become our powerful new colleagues, making us better at our jobs? Or will they just become our replacements? The truth is, the answer isn't written yet. The way we choose to build and integrate this technology today is what will decide the future of work for all of us. What do you think is going to happen?